is a podcast called 25 Whistles, talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 25 Whistles, brought to you by DraftKings, an official betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app and use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. That's right, DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. What's happening, friends? Let me get us going here.
Ooh, thank
If
you.
you're listening to this, you're like, why are they blowing whistles? We started this show, and I said I can't do a show every day, but I can do one a week, which adds up to 25. So I agreed to 25 shows. I did not expect to find the passion. I did not expect to love doing it so much. And so every end of the show, we blow the whistle. That's another whistle down. We really expected to do 25. I think this is episode
32.
32.
Wow, we're well beyond 25.
We are.
Okay.
And we're only doing that because you guys are super awesome to us by listening, and this has gotten way bigger than we thought this early. And we hope you enjoy it. We don't claim to be any sort of expert. We didn't play, but we're like you. We got crazy thoughts and feelings and opinions and our own sports lives, and hopefully we're entertaining. More than you, hopefully. And that's why you're listening. So 25 Whistles, episode number 32. There'll be more. There'll be more for sure. So welcome up. Also, the 25 Whistles Jerry Jones interview, that special, is up. It's on this feed. Wherever you're listening to us, go search back. It was an amazing day. I thought the interview was great.
The interview was great.
I never listened back to it.
You killed it. The questions I thought were really revealing of his personality outside of just like being the Dallas Cowboy bro. It was so good.
I thought that Kevin gave me a nice little bit of material about that urban legend about him and the tile.
Yes. What a great piece.
Kevin just brought it up. And then Eddie's like, you should. So I was like, if it's going good, I'm just going to go for it. But go listen. We love it. It's really the coolest thing we should do that we've done. What we should do is every year, because I don't know what the show's going to turn into. It may die at 39 whistles. I don't know.
Oh, let's hope not.
And we stop and we never do it again. But if it doesn't, and for some reason we come back, or I don't know. I don't have plans. But we could do that every year with a team.
Oh, man. Now we're talking.
Well, and you've already set the precedent,
Yeah,
right?
and I'd be like, well, Jerry, let us look at this.
Right, so what can you do?
All you need is one.
Can we do Robert Kraft next?
We could do, sure. I mean, we could try all of that. And so that, or we could do college basketball teams. I just don't know what's happening to the show because I have no plans. I just wanted to get to the end of the year, the Super Bowl, 25 whistles, and be done. But it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Follow us at 25 whistles if you don't mind. Let's warm it up. Warm up question. Last vacation you went on, where'd you go? What'd you do? Last vacation you went on. Could be a couple days, could be a week. It doesn't matter. Mike D, I'll come to you first.
Over the summer, I went to Cabo, and I don't really like the beach, but that was the first time I ever went and actually enjoyed it. I was able to unplug and unwind, and I was like, hey, beach isn't that bad.
Good for you. I was talking to my friend Ben, who's an artist, and him and I are very neurotic the same way. He was over at the house, and we relate a lot on worrying way too much about things, overanalyzing things, being too deep into a part of that job that isn't really our part of it. And so I'm like, hey, do you do this? You check this? He's like, yeah. I said, do you also hate the beach? He goes, no, loser, I don't.
Who hates
I was
the
like,
beach?
yeah, he was like, I like the beach. I was like, oh, we're not the same.
So close.
Because I don't like the beach. Eddie, last vacation you went on?
Yeah, I would say right before Thanksgiving, my wife and my kids, we got a cabin like probably 2 hours east of Nashville. It's not the Smoky Mountains, but it's like where the mountain ranges start. So you had the mountain feel, but dude, we got a cabin right by a river, and it was loaded with fish. As soon as we got there, fish loaded with
the river. You said the cabin by the river loaded with fish. Like
no.
The river. No, that's
the
a
river.
Weird listing on. Go ahead.
It was beautiful, dude. I caught so many fish, and I look like an awesome dad where it's like, boys, let me show you how to fish. And I'm pulling out big ones. They're like, dude, dad is awesome.
Were they catching them too?
Oh, they all did
That's
except
cool.
except one. He never caught
Really?
one. Yes. And I was like, please, God, just let him catch one fish.
Did any of the other boys catch more than one though?
Yes, one of them caught like 10. It's brutal. And with fishing, it's not like you can buy 4 gifts. It's like, oh, they all get the even amount. Fishing is just like, dude, if it bites, it bites.
We went to, this is my last vacation, but we go to Utah a lot because we have family over there. My brother-in-law is the associate head coach for Utah softball. And so we go, and when we're there, we do things if it's not too cold, and we went fly fishing, like trout fishing, in the river there. And it's me and Caitlin, him and Caitlin's sister, Caitlin's mom and dad, and we each are in twos, and we're walking down the river, and they're just DJ and Grace just boom, got one. Mom and dad, boom, got one. They all caught. Caitlin didn't catch a dang thing.
Nothing.
Nothing. We're the only ones that didn't catch anything. So frustrating.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
So I felt that.
You're like my one son.
Yeah. Kickoff Kevin.
The last one I went on was probably over Thanksgiving. I went to Alabama, girlfriend's place where her dad grew up. Their parents weren't there, but her grandpa, and they have like generations of family that live there in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. And her dad built this house like a couple years ago on the land, so it's like their little vacation home, and we had the whole thing to ourselves, and it was awesome.
How's that relationship going? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I swear. Yeah, it's going really
How
good.
long you been together now?
Since like October.
And do you buy her a Christmas gift?
Yeah.
How good of one?
Pretty. I've gotten her a couple little things that she needs, and then I'm gonna get her one gift, something that we do together.
You're gonna buy her something for that?
Yeah, what were you gonna buy
Is
her?
that
You
not-
sure?
Well, I can't say it now.
Something you do together.
Something you
You're
guys
gonna buy
do
something-
together.
Is it like a
But it's for her. It's something that she likes to do.
by herself?
Wow, Kevin.
Okay.
Interesting.
Can't reveal
You
it.
go to the store and get that.
Tell me in our other podcast, 25 Buttholes.
It's a good podcast.
Uh-huh. This is a podcast called 25 Buttholes. Okay. Adam.
I got to go back in October. I went to Hawaii, and I went for free. It was amazing.
How do you go for free?
I went to help with a songwriting festival that's down there. There's a lot of young aspiring songwriters, and they bring some folks from Nashville and some TV film people, and you go and you talk songwriting. You help people who want to be in the business, who want to get a leg in that industry.
Do they pay you, or do they pay just for your trip?
They paid
both.
They
are
paid
cool.
for the trip.
That's awesome. And you write songs while you're down there, so you can also get work done.
Wrote a couple songs, and then got to meet some just really talented people. There's a lot of incredible music out of Hawaii. I don't know if you've ever been there. They have like local Hawaii radio stations with Hawaiian artists. It is super cool, and there's a lot of really talented people there. I got to spend about 6 days on the beach and do workshops. Dude, it was awesome.
That's cool.
I hate the beach.
I know you do. That sounds like heaven.
We went to, when I ran into Drake at the restaurant, what's that island called?
Turks,
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos.
Caicos. I don't even remember. And where we stayed was really nice. And that was
Because
cool.
you're not a beach person.
I know beach, but I don't even like being outside. Like,
That's so true.
I don't like being outside. I spent my whole life outside. I'm good now. I was outside it's awful. I lived in a camper for 2 years of my life. It sucked. I don't like being outside. I like having internet. I like having AC or heat. I like having the ability to stream a show, play some
Yeah.
Madden. Somebody came over to my house the other day. Not somebody, I know her. One of Caitlin's friends who I love. She's awesome, so funny. And Caitlin will talk about how I like to play PlayStation. And she's pretty funny. It cuts sometimes, but Caitlin's really funny about me being a loser. like to play Madden. And so our friend thought my PlayStation and because I have a gaming chair. She wanted to go see my really cool setup. And she get home and she goes, "Hey, I'm very disappointed." She goes, "Your PlayStation room sucks. I thought it was gonna be like big TVs and like virtual." She goes, "It's just a guest room with a small TV. Why isn't it better?"
Dang.
And Caitlin goes, "Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that."
You're like, you're right.
I was like, I
should
didn't
make
even
it
understand. I
better.
didn't realize I should have a better PlayStation. But Turks and Caicos, it was really cool. If the beach is your thing, it's awesome. And
Is
Caitlin,
that like crystal clear blue water?
it's great water. I don't know.
No, but like blue. It looks like
No, when we went on
Kool-Aid.
our honeymoon, we went to Greece. That was like Gator freaking aid blue.
Dang.
I've never seen anything like it.
That's awesome.
It looked fake. It was so blue. So
Is it so clear you can see the fish underneath?
it's not that clear. It's just wildly Gatorade blue.
Wow.
It's an unnatural blue, but it's so natural that it looks unnatural. I've never seen anything like
really
it
cool.
before.
Yeah.
And I don't give a crap about it. But what I've learned is it's about who you're with. And I love doing stuff with Caitlin. And if she loves doing that, everybody wins. Because I don't have anywhere I want to go. It's not that I don't want to go anywhere.
You're just always going.
And it's not that I've been everywhere I want to go. I just don't want to go anywhere. Or I don't have anywhere I'm dying to go. She's like, "What do you want to do? Let's go over Christmas. Let's go for a few days. If you could go anywhere, what do you want to do?" I don't care. Whatever, you pick it, because I'll be happy if you're happy. Because I just generally don't care.
You used to like going to places that were like you would see on TV when you were younger.
Yeah.
Have
like
you done all that?
Full House Japan.
Brady Bunch, Hawaii.
Hawaii, Brady Bunch, Friends, London, Boston, Cheers.
Oh,
It's just that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm all good.
I guess you ran out.
Scranton, that's about it. And I ain't making a trip just to Scranton.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, that's the warm-up. Now the tittle tattle.
It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the tittle tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
What you got?
All right. Deion Sanders has been in the news a lot. He's taken this new Colorado job. But my question is, do you think he would have taken these jobs before the NIL and portal era?
Yes, I know I would have. I love Deion, which, by the way, you know his nickname for a while, people called him Neon Deion.
I remember that one.
And I asked him once, I was like, what's up? You don't ever go Neon Deion? He goes, I hate that name.
Really?
He said, I hate it. No one ever calls me that because I tell him, please stop. Somebody named him that.
Probably
I
like
think
press.
he named himself Primetime. And now he's Coach Prime. That's literally what they call him, Coach Prime. And so I know he would have because when he was looking to get into coaching, I think I've shared this before about Florida State. Have I said it on the air?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Talked about it a couple weeks ago, I think.
On the air?
Yeah.
Okay. If not, I'm going to say it now. But he texted me and was like, hey, that Florida State job is open. And it was before the coach that was at Memphis took the job, which he's there now. I don't think he's been fired, has he?
No, he's still there.
Okay.
Norvell.
Yeah. And so they didn't know it was going to be him. The job just opened. He goes, hey, would you mind tweeting? You think I'd be a good coach at Florida State? And I was like, yeah. So I tweeted it. So I know he was looking to coach. And so I think he was taking the jobs because he just wanted to coach. And I don't think he got at that time a job he felt passionate about. So he went and coached his kids in high school. Then he got the job at Jackson State because he felt passionate about that place and it being an HBCU. I do think, regardless of NIL, he would have loved to have done it. And I think he's going to do a great job.
Do you think, quick follow-up, do you think he would have been as successful without NIL or portal?
Yeah, I think he would have been very successful. He's a driven, really smart guy. And I think maybe it'd taken a little longer, but he has a brand and a splash and a magnetic thing about him that you want to be. Before John Madden died, this 2023 was Deion Sanders, John Madden. So John Madden died, they made it quickly about him, but they've now pulled that back because it's Deion Sanders. So he's still awesome to people. He's the greatest defensive back in history. Ronnie Lott also, but a safety.
Yeah.
Different kind.
Awesome.
Deion Sanders is the best shutdown cornerback that's ever played the game. So I do think he would have taken him. I'm a big Deion guy. This is a Deion pro Deion podcast.
Pro Deion.
Pro Deion, pro Baker Mayfield, pro Carolina Panthers, even though they're not together anymore. We got a lot of those pro.
Okay.
We're a pro. Go ahead.
Pro
Next
Jerry
question.
Jones. All right, which non-college football playoff New Year's Six Bowl are you most excited about? We got Tennessee, Clemson, Alabama, Kansas State, Tulane, USC, or Penn State, Utah.
Well, how boring does that Tulane USC game sound?
So,
But you got Heisman in there.
I know, but I don't care. And that Heisman played all kinds of games. I don't know. So I'm not going to go Tulane. You have to do those again for me.
yeah, so Tennessee, Clemson, Alabama, Kansas State, or Penn State, Utah.
The thing about Tennessee Clemson is they're playing without their starting quarterback, which is Hendon Hooker, who's the big draw. But Milton, right? Joe Milton's at he started last year. He's starting for them again. And also, I put the curse on Clemson. The curse of Clemson's killed them.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dabo big-timed us. Okay. You still might win the game, but there's a reason you lost 2 games. The curse.
No, I think the curse is also including that bowl game. For sure.
Well, I don't care if they win or lose. The fact that they're even in it is curse enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the answer is going to be Alabama, Kansas State, because Alabama was right on the cusp of making the playoff, and Kansas State just won the conference and beat TCU, which almost kept them out of it. It's those 2 teams are probably, that's the best overall, most fun matchup of good schools. I'm going to say it's going to be the most fun game to watch because Kansas State, they keep the ball on the ground a lot. Alabama, they do what they do. They throw some, although their receivers have not been great.
Yeah.
But bowl games are weird, and this is another reason I can't wait for 12 and then eventually 16 games. That means all those teams are going to have people not jumping into the portal until after the bowl games, until they lose. Because a lot of bowl games now, unless you're in the big, if I were going to play in the NFL, I'd probably not play either.
Yeah.
Because they don't mean anything. This is not 1973 anymore.
Did they mean something back
Yeah.
then? Okay.
Yeah, they did. You made it to a bowl. And they didn't put number 1 and number 2 together unless they happened to match up in the Rose Bowl. Sometimes you'd have two national champions, different polls.
Yeah.
So a lot of that happened. But because it's now going to be 12, not next year, the year after, there's 12 teams that aren't going to have a bunch of coaches running or players running into the portal because they still have games to play. So it's going to make all those games important. If you have a team right now that's not in a big game, the 4, and they're playing in a bowl, you've probably already lost players. And you're like, how are we going to play this thing?
Yeah.
Because you can't get players for the game, but you can lose players before the game. Because your portal players aren't coming to practice and join the team. You may be getting a portal, but not for that game.
Yeah.
So,
And not to mention, makes it impossible to bet. Because you're just like,
Yeah.
it
I
feels
don't
like
know.
preseason. It feels
It's
like betting
so hard.
preseason to me. It feels like betting preseason. All right, next up. Oh God.
I hadn't blown the whistle on the tittle tattle in a minute. I can't believe you're not pro USC Tulane. As much as you like underdogs, dude, you know when you're a kid, maybe this is just me, but when you're a kid and you're not sitting at the cool high school table, you're not sitting with the cool kids at the table and the lunch table. You're sitting with the nerds at the other table, and you're like, I'm too good for you nerds. That's how this game's going to be. USC is not going to show up to play Tulane, and Tulane is going to play lights out. It is going to be it's going to be amazing to watch.
Or USC's gonna mud
Just
stomp
whoop
them.
'em.
It's gonna be a terrible game.
Could be.
Terrible
But
game.
I'm looking
leaning
for
that way.
I'm
Me
looking for
too.
that outcome.
That's why I don't care, because I feel like
Yeah.
USC's players are bigger, faster, stronger, and it's gonna be ugly quick. Next question.
All right, going to the NFL, do you agree with Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons saying that Jalen Hurts is mainly in the MVP conversation because of the system that he plays in?
I like it that he's saying it, because the Cowboys and Eagles should hate each other.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Agree or disagree, because I would listen to both arguments, but I like it. Even if he called him beforehand and was like, yo, Jay, I'm gonna say this about you, dog, because let's just get it going. Because sometimes
Yeah.
they do that. In sports, they're like, hey, let's get something. Or in Hollywood, like we'll create a feud. It's all set up. I'm not saying this is, but I like it. I like the Eagles and the Cowboys having a reason where it's feels like wrestling, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's good.
They're natural rivals, and the fact they're talking crap about each other, set up or not, is amazing. Now, do I actually believe it? Every quarterback is a benefactor, if they're playing well, of the system they're in.
Sure.
Either the system is made to suit them and their skills, or they are perfect for a system that already exists. So I don't think Jalen is so much of a system quarterback, like a Texas Tech quarterback back in the day or a Hawaii quarterback, that it makes him great without actually having to actually be really good great. The Eagles are really good. Does he exploit that system with his? Yes.
Yeah.
He's perfect for that system because that system was kind of made for him. Yes, the system actually allows Jalen to do that, but if he couldn't do that anyway, it wouldn't matter. So if he's the MVP, it's because of just the whole package. Belichick doesn't win Super Bowls without Brady. No Hall of Fame coach is a Hall of Fame coach without having Hall of Fame players.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you can have a wonderful system, but in the NFL, they'll figure your system out quick. Again, you can't go and be a Texas Tech or a Hawaii or insert a school with a crazy passing attack. Mississippi State, rest in peace. He creates the air raid, but those quarterbacks aren't really going to do much in the NFL usually. So I believe in Jalen Hurts. I believe in the Eagles. Is he a benefactor? Yes, yes, but everybody is.
Any
You don't
MVP. Any MVP is a benefactor of who
Absolutely.
they're
You don't
playing
think
around.
Kansas City, Andy Reid have a system?
Correct.
And Mahomes is a system quarterback. Mahomes is the system.
Yeah.
And they build the system around him.
Yeah.
It's amazing. In the NFL, you can't just have a straight system and plug and play. The coordinators are too smart. The players are too good at whatever they're good at. And you saw like a Fields in Chicago. The Bears had a system. That wasn't the right one. As soon as they said, oh, we need to switch up, then Jalen was going crazy. Most rushing yards ever. He didn't have any weapons. They're going to be pretty good next year, I think, better. But yes, I love that. What I take away from this, Cowboys and Eagles, because I'm the biggest Cowboy fan I know.
There we
And
go. Let's go.
I love that they hate each other. All right, go ahead.
Does Kyler Murray's injury help or hurt Cliff Kingsbury's chances at staying the Cardinals head coach?
I think it takes some of the attention off of just him. The deal is he just signed a 5-year extension. They ain't going to fire him before he even starts getting that extension money. I don't think they should have fired him anyway, or should. Every year they've gotten a little better, and it's the Cardinals. Every year they've gotten a little better. They died in the playoffs early. Kyler was terrible last year. But the fact that he's hurt, it's kind of like a partial excuse. They weren't going to make it anyway this year.
Yeah.
But I think he at least gets next year, that first year, that extension. And if it all goes to S, but the problem the next year is Kyler may not be healthy and ready to go at the beginning of the year, so he may actually bottom another year.
Yeah.
My theory is he hurt Kyler's leg.
Ooh.
It's a bad theory, though.
Second
I'll even
shooter.
admit that's a bad theory.
Job security.
All right, next up.
Does the signing of T.Y. Hilton to the Cowboys mean it's unlikely that Odell is going to play this year?
Yes. And it's also unlikely Odell's going to play anywhere this year. unless they are posturing purposefully, because that's word. Odell's like, I'll just play next year because he decided he didn't want to play any regular season games. That's hard for everybody. It'll be hard for him to jump into a system, talk about systems, and know all the intricacies of it and throw with that quarterback enough. You need a game or two. You need preseason for the playoffs if you're Odell. You got to be a real desperate team to just go, come, cool, take all your time and just join us for the playoffs, especially if he's healthy enough. And if he's not healthy enough and he can only join right when the playoffs start, he's probably not healthy enough anyway, because that's right on the edge. And you don't want him jumping in right when he could do something terrible in a playoff game and lose the whole thing for you. I don't think he plays with the Cowboys now. He could, but he doesn't want to play regular season. I think if he plays regular season, he'll play with them. Eddie?
Oh, I think you're exactly right. I mean, I think Odell, the conversation's done on that one. As far as T.Y. Hilton goes, I love that we're having options.
It was
out
fun
there.
in '97 when he was rocking, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
when,
Like,
I was in 8th grade and I was dropping him in fantasy, that's cool.
a lot of my friends sending me screenshots and be like, this is it. This is what we need. I'm like, guys, relax. Like, T.Y. Hilton was awesome, 5 years ago. We haven't seen a lot from T.Y. in the last couple of years.
Andrew Luck called him Papa.
But I love to get him on the team and just have different options. I think it'll help either way.
Andrew Luck going to the huddle. All right, 32 Papa Red. T.Y., you good?
Well, we'll say that again.
Yes, I am good.
That's my bad here.
He'll probably contribute, though, because the Cowboys are pretty hard up
I
at
agree.
depth in receiver.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were watching Gallup warm up, and, Gallup's had his history of injuries, but he's just not a big dude.
No, he's not.
He's actually way smaller than I thought.
What about CD Lamb? He looks skinny.
Very skinny.
He's skinny,
but he's tall.
yeah, but he's long.
Okay.
Long and very athletic.
And let me tell you, man, he was the first one out there when we showed up. There was no one on the field other than the punter, I think, kicking, on that side, and CD Lamb running sprints back and forth.
What I heard,
I love that.
just since we had some ears on the ground there, is that he didn't want to be talked about negatively on 25 whistles. We got out there early.
That's it.
Came out to say hi to Eddie.
Showing off.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. He didn't look at me.
All right,
So.
Kevin, last question.
Yeah, last one here. The Lions are currently a game and a half out of the final NFC playoff spot. Do you think they're going to make a run and make the playoffs?
So their remaining schedule, the Lions and Jets, that'd be a pretty good game. Both those teams could really use a win. It'd be a quality win for both teams. The Jets quarterback situation is interesting because you take your starter down. You have your new starter, which everybody loves, plays lights out, but then gets his ribs basically broken. They take him to the hospital. As of today, do we know his status? Is he supposed to play?
I think as of right now, and I know Zach Wilson's now his backup instead of Joe Flacco.
Flacco is not a backup quarterback. You heard?
Yeah.
He is not. He will not allow it.
Yes.
He's elite.
So we'll see what happens in that game, but I should be pretty good. Even Zach Wilson doesn't suck. Zach Wilson was injured this year. Zach Wilson is way young, has been coddled his whole life. I still think he can be a really good quarterback and probably will be for the Jets or somebody else. That'd be a good game. The Panthers and the Lions, that should be a pretty good game.
You think Panthers will win that?
Oh, for sure. This is a pro-Panther podcast.
That's why I asked.
That Panthers team, I think they can win. I don't have their schedule in my head right now, but I think they have a good draw this week. Because in that division, because Tampa does not have an easy schedule. Here we go. This week,
Steelers.
the Panthers and Steelers, I think they can beat them.
Yeah.
And
They're at home there.
They're playing in Carolina.
Yeah, they can win that game.
And then in that same division, Saints and Falcons, one of them is going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just period. They have to. So one of them kind of takes himself almost out of it. And then the
Bucks play someone good.
Bengals.
the Bucks are playing the Bengals.
Bengals, yeah.
Oof.
Love that. Love it.
If they just can win a couple of these games, baby. Oh, but the question wasn't Panthers, it was Lions.
Yeah.
I think the Lions can win the Jets game. I think the Lions can win the Panthers game. I think the Lions can win the Bears game. I think the Lions can win the Packers. They probably
Yeah.
win 2 of those 4
Oof.
playing the numbers game. But does 2 get them in the playoffs?
They're 2 back, aren't they, Kevin?
One and a half back.
1.5
I think
back.
Seattle's right in front of them. Seattle plays the Niners.
Seattle. Yeah, but the Niners, they got a quarterback. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
just happened. So, hey, Seattle beat the Niners. Hey, how about those Niners? They really shut Seattle down.
Wow.
So, yeah, yes, I think they can make a playoff run. I like when they were talking to Dan Campbell, he was like, I didn't know they were throwing to Sewell.
That was
He was
great.
like, the crowd was loud. I didn't hear it. And I look up and my tackles catching a ball for a first down.
Oh, man. It's a big dude.
Yeah. That's awesome. I do think so. It'll be tough, but I think so. It's a good story.
Yeah.
I thought they'd win 9 games. I think I said before when we did this early. They might. It's good for them. They're making us proud from Hard Knocks, baby.
Hey, first time that happens.
That is true. That is the Tittle Tattle.
The stupidest name ever is the Tittle Tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
Reminder, 25 Whistles brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app. Use the code BobbySports. Get in on the action. Here's my NFL parlay. I did a lot of research on this one, though.
Come on.
This one feels good. Yeah, sometimes you meet somebody, you just click, friendship or
Oh,
love.
yeah.
This was that when I saw the games. Money line, Raiders over the Pats.
Oh, my gosh.
already
You
lost
die
it.
with the Raiders, dude.
Money line, Panthers over Pittsburgh. And Jalen Hurts at Chicago over 237.5 yards passing.
Ooh.
If you want free smiles, take them. I'll leave that there.
How much research you do?
God, a lot.
Lot?
I went to the library and got an encyclopedia paper.
You were there pulling books,
I didn't
papers.
Even, I didn't even believe in getting online. I pulled them from the shelves. If you want to take the 25 Whistles parlay each week, you can check out DraftKings Sportsbook. New users use the code BobbySports when you download the app. 21 and up in most eligible states. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com. 21 and up most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text Tennessee Redline, 800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, 467-369. There you go. Go make those smiles. Charlie Baker is the new president of the NCAA. I don't even know what that means, though, really. He's never worked in collegiate sports or collegiate administration, but that might be good. Because I don't think I would want somebody that was really good at the old system. I think I want somebody who knows the old system, but you just need somebody as the trail is being blazed by everyone to actually get ahead of it just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a creative thinker. I don't know much about him, but I just saw that. And then I said, I wonder where he was before. Like what team, where was the AD? Nope. He's just going to take over. Actually, he's never had a job ever. He was on the couch.
Okay.
It was mom and dad.
In the basement.
Drew Brees is being hired as an interim assistant coach at Purdue.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
He wanted to help the school during the coaching transition. Bobby Petrino is now going to go and be the offensive coordinator at UNLV.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
So UNLV's head coach is Barry Odom, who's the defensive coordinator at Arkansas. And I've texted a little bit with Coach Odom. I did not know Petrino was going until I saw it pop up on Twitter. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. I thought he was going to Tulsa, so I texted him. I was like, you going back to Tulsa? And he ended up at UNLV. He wanted to go to UNLV first. Got that head coach job. And now Petrino, one of the greatest offensive minds. You got to be really good to screw up many times and keep coming back.
Yeah. That's a great hire for UNLV.
Great
Yes.
hire.
Yeah. Big time.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So that's pretty cool. A lot of bowl games. We're a big pro UTSA podcast here.
Oh, big time.
UTSA and Troy are 2 top 25 teams. We like that. Pro UTSA for sure.
Very pro.
We love UTSA.
Are you doing any kind of bowl number squares thing?
Nah. Because that's all luck, and I am
It
so
is.
skilled.
Oh, yeah.
Skill games only.
It's all the research.
Okay.
I'm so skilled. Yeah, why would I do luck when I have all this skill just living in my veins? Let's go over it. You want some stats?
Yes.
Let's go over. Time for Adam Stats.
Adam Stats. Adam has all your stats for you. Adam Stats.
Well, boys, the college football world lost a legend this week, and it has made me very sad. I grew up a lot in Mississippi, have a lot of friends who went to Mississippi State, and Mike Leach has just been one of my favorite characters in college football over the last 20 years. From when I
Same.
started watching college football, he was always one of those dudes. He's like one of those WWE characters, you know. He's like bigger than life kind of guy, and just made an incredible impact on the game. So this week, all Mike Leach stats. Y'all ready?
And also, Mike
Love
Leach,
it.
when you played against him, even if you wanted to beat the crap out of Mississippi State or Texas Tech or Washington State, you still liked Mike Leach.
Oh, love it.
100%.
Yeah. I have had a lot of people die in my world of being on the radio or on TV, and I have to talk about them at times. And sometimes I don't feel anything when somebody I don't know dies, unless somebody I know knows them and they're sad, then I feel sad for them. But a celebrity dies, I don't like care.
Right.
I hate it, but I mean, it's not like it affects me more than talking about it going, oh, dang, that's sad. But Mike Leach, like, hit me a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm so invested in the SEC. I'm so invested in people who try things differently and are odd, and that ends up being a norm in some ways. Like, because that's hard to do because people tell you you're crazy.
Yeah.
And he was crazy, but he was awesome.
He was crazy. He
He's
was
out
awesome.
there.
We'll start with his NFL impact. Mike Leach is one of 2 head coaches ever to produce at least 1 first-round draft pick at 3 different places.
You said a lot of numbers there.
Sorry,
2?
he's one of
No, you did it right. I cannot keep up.
he's one of 2 head coaches
Yes. 2
to
coaches.
produce at least 1 first-round draft pick at 3 different places.
Oh, wow. So he went to 3 schools and had a first-round draft pick.
All 3 of them.
That's
And
cool.
these are not powerhouse programs.
Do
Mississippi
you have
State,
them? Dak?
Mississippi State.
No, Dak won the first round.
No,
He was not first
It's
round.
4th round.
4th round,
yeah, but he was also one
Before.
of Dan, what's his face, guys?
Oh, yeah, Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen.
Oh, that's true.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're big pro Dan Mullen.
Pro Dan Mullen
Yeah.
podcast.
Love Dan.
Who are his guys? Do you have them?
I don't have him on here.
Adam!
Sorry.
Adam, that's just part of the
Sorry.
stats.
I'm trying to think Washington State. Who from Washington State?
You know who his quarterback was at Washington State?
Yeah. The stats.
The
You can do
Stash.
it. That's right. Keep going.
Minshew.
Because he was
Yes,
talking
Gardner.
about he was talking about how that Coach Leach said, "Man, I don't know what it is, but there's a twinkle about you, and you got to keep playing. Like you have to keep playing. You have to keep working." And he was like, "Dang, I never really believed in myself so much because other people believed in me." And he said I wasn't really lighting the world on fire, but Leach was like, "It's you." And he said that really inspired and motivated me to be better
That's awesome.
under him at Washington State.
That's for real.
I always remember that press conference where they slapped the mustache on him, and he just kept it. Did the interview with the mustache.
What else you got?
What I'll say back to the college world, Mike Leach has had 3 different teams that finished the season averaging over 470 yards passing. All other coaches in FBS history combined for 2.
So for a whole season, he had a team.
A whole season, the team averaged 470 yards passing. He did that 3 different times.
Wow.
I mean, that's how you create those quarterbacks, though. They're like,
yeah.
their numbers are a little statted out.
Yeah. System guys,
Yeah.
right?
But he developed a system himself. That's his system.
Exactly. And changed the way the game is played on both sides of the ball. Okay, here's another one. He was head coach for 21 years, led the FBS in passing for 10 of those years.
And he doesn't even play, but he still threw more yards
That's pretty good.
himself.
Amazing.
How do you like that one? Make you cough?
I love it.
Thank
It's
you.
Great.
Okay, Adam, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's Adam Stats.
Adam Stats. That's Adam Stats. He's got those stats for you.
Coach updates?
No, not over here.
You're not going to make $500. You
No,
don't care?
I'm just at this point like, what am I doing?
Okay, Mike.
We should have the UT coach after the break.
UT as in Texas?
Texas.
Sark?
Wow,
Sark.
Coach
Come
Sark?
on.
The Kansas State coach, is he ever going to come on?
Maybe in the new year, but this week didn't work out.
You get credit because I got sick. But we'd love to have him.
yeah, we'll still get
But
him.
you get credit because he was on, ready to go.
Yeah.
Kelvin,
I'm working over the holidays. I'm going to try to, pull some strings.
do you feel like you got some strings moving?
Yes.
Good. Adam,
I got 3 specific strings moving that I'm excited about.
full Pinocchio. Adam's going full Pinocchio. He's got 3 whole strings, 2 arms and a leg. What do you got?
Tulane. I'm trying to get Willie Fritz on the
That's
podcast.
why he's so pro Tulane.
Yeah,
I'm
We
so
like
pro
that.
Tulane,
now.
man.
Okay,
I'm in.
go ahead.
I'm in. And I'm still working on TCU. Those are my 2 big ones that I'm really trying
Tulane,
to.
TCU, and Tennessee?
Yeah.
What about Titty Twister? What about Tupelo? What about it's all? It's got a T in it.
Tulsa.
Toledo.
Adam, we'll go for it.
Yes, let's go.
All right, that's coach. That's our coach's update. Aaron Rodgers said using psychedelic drugs helped him with his fear of death. It helped him to see the veil between the seen world and the unseen world. Here is non-weird Aaron Rodgers talking about it with Pat McAfee.
So yeah, I definitely had a fear of death, and ayahuasca and psilocybin actually really helped me with that and alleviated a lot of the stress around the idea of needing to accomplish things before I actually die, and kind of taking away some of that fear. I think when you've seen the other side, it makes the idea of death more of a passage and less of an ending, more of just kind of the next chapter of life.
I'm jealous. It sounds weird, but I'm jealous. He feels good about death.
So he's seen the other side.
Right, and who knows what he's seen? His brain reacted in some way because of chemical. But maybe he did. I don't know what he did or didn't do. I'm never going to tell somebody that has done something I haven't done that what they did isn't what they thought they were doing.
They can think whatever they want.
Yeah, and who knows? I can't prove he didn't. But still, it does seem weird. It does seem cuckoo, and he's been very cuckoo
Yeah.
for a lot of different reasons. But I don't know that he's not right. But I don't think he's right. But I don't know he's not right.
So he can do all this in the offseason and no one cares?
I saw him last game. I think it was like 2nd and 7, and he was doing a line off his center's butt.
I mean,
on the field.
that sounds
Yeah.
like
a line
par.
of cocaine. Yeah.
Par for the course.
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding about that. But I assume because he talks about it.
Okay. It's
I
very
assume
strange.
maybe it's considered medicine in those countries.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
you go somewhere else. It's like international waters, man.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay.
goes.
It's legal. Hey, a lot of stuff's legal in other countries. If he's like, well, I went to Taiwan. Did you? What did you do there? Okay, so there's that. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
We like that about him. At least he's consistent. I'm looking at all these games. What's the storyline for each game? Let's go through them quickly. Colts and Vikings. I think the storyline is the Vikings have got to bounce back. It has not been a good last couple of weeks for them. If they're going to be elite, they have to win this game. The Colts, Jeff Saturday wants to be the head coach full time, he said. Can he turn that team into a competitive team for the rest of the season? I think those are your two storylines there. Any other ones you guys have? Do you feel good about that? Everybody good?
I think that's good. I mean, the Vikings are tough because, such a great record, automatically probably going to be in the playoffs. But, they're just terrible.
I know that they're scoring, they're under.
Yeah.
They're in the negative.
Their
With
defense
so
is
much
awful.
star power, too, and I just don't know what
But
the
not
problem
on
is.
defense, really. That's
Not
the
on defense,
problem.
man.
On defense.
Yeah.
Ravens and Browns. Deshaun Watson, been rusty, trying to get his first win.
That's tough for him, man.
If they'd have been winning, he'd been in the news more. We hate, but because he's losing,
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
you don't really, Ravens are playing the third string quarterback if Huntley isn't cleared. If they're so Brown will play if Huntley isn't cleared, and Huntley being cleared,
That's a must see TV there.
boy, that's a tough one.
Probably not going to happen. Deshaun might get his first win.
Yeah. Dolphins and Bills, you hope Tua bounces back and actually plays. I don't care if he wins, but plays well because I'm tired of all the people that were proven wrong about Tua sucking. Now they cannot shut up.
Oh,
We
yeah.
told you.
Oh, yeah.
They had 2 bad games.
Yep.
And the Bills, I don't know. Are they the Super Bowl champion? They've at times regressed. They look great, but it's getting to that point now where you have to shape up now.
Yeah.
It's shape up time.
Yeah.
There's always a regression in the season by every team for a minute. How quickly can you get out of it? The Dolphins are going through theirs now. They got to shape up now. Now or next week, that's it. You can't suck for 3 of the next 4 weeks, even if you have a great record.
Yeah.
Because you'll go into that sour.
Yeah.
Patriots at Raiders. That's both those teams. They're coming from the same spot. They're both holding on with their fingernails to make the playoffs. The Patriots the Raiders had higher hopes going into the year. Hopes were pretty high again. The Patriots winning last week actually gives them some hopes, right?
They're in the
Patriots
playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
As we speak.
Yeah, but come on.
I know. Even after that win, I was like, oh gosh.
And Mac Jones, does he suck or is he pretty good?
We got to get rid of Patricia, man.
Oh yeah, that's bad. I saw him yell at
God.
Matt Patricia. You see that clip?
Yeah.
He's waved him off and said,
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Eagles and Bears. Can the Eagles keep running?
I think so.
And running,
I
and
think
running,
so.
running, and running, and running.
They're the
running.
only team in the league where I just feel like they're stronger than the Bills. They're stronger than the Chiefs. To me, it's just if you're going to pick a Super Bowl champ, that's the best chance right there.
Too many weapons and too consistently high producing on the offensive side of the ball, and then not giving up big plays on the defense.
It's a stupid NFL though.
It is.
And like Jerry Jones said, but you guys didn't hear it with your headphones, he was like, there are 50, I don't remember the number, he said 50,000 people that play college football of all these colleges, Division I, Division II, all these schools. We draft 100 of them. Half of them don't even work out and make it to the league over 2 years. So you have the best of the best of the best, even on the worst teams. So the worst teams at times can jump up because they have great athletes, and it's
Correct.
such a small difference and win. He said that right before we got off the chopper. And I was like, dang. I was like, nah, shut up. And they almost lose to the Texans.
Told you.
He said that? That sounds cool.
He did. He was sharing so much.
Wish I would have heard that.
Falcons and Saints, I quit match. Whoever loses should just quit
Oh, just quit the
for the year.
NFL?
For the year. Lions and Jets. Both of these teams need a win to actually prove that they should be respected. The Jets want to be respected again. The Lions want to prove that the respect they're getting now for the first time is legitimate. Cowboys and Jaguars. Cowboys need to show up and punch them in the face because that last game was not good. Win's a win. Cowboys need to show up. And can Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars still continue to get better and look like a good quarterback and a pretty good team?
They look confident right now.
Steelers and Panthers. We're a pro Panther podcast, and they're going to win it all. So what do you say? Just one more step toward the Super Bowl,
Wow.
right, boys?
There it is.
Cardinals and Broncos. Who cares?
Oh, gosh.
Titans and Chargers. It's an interesting game. You got two teams that are both pretty good, bordering on a little better than pretty good. I wouldn't say real good yet. But the Titans are on the way down and sitting in that same spot. And the Chargers are on the way up, sitting in that same spot. So Chargers want to keep going up. Titans want to stop from going down.
Yeah.
Both those teams are going to be in the playoffs, most likely. It's a big game. That's probably the best game of the week. One of them. Bengals and Bucks. You got Tom Brady. I have faith. I have faith that he's going to figure it out and win the game. And I have faith that Joe Burrow is going to win this game too. A faith.
So, man, it's a draw for you.
I know. I'm screwed. I got a lot of faith in both of those guys. And the Giants and Commanders. Commanders are 4.5-point favorites. Commanders feeling.
Giants, Commanders
better.
again? Didn't they just tie?
They play every week. No, it's like the Globetrotters.
I feel like they just
Same team.
played.
Yeah, they play every week.
Okay, all right.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. It's my go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team and get it on the game. $150 in free bets if you win the game. Right now, everybody can earn up to 100%. And that 100% boost with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the code BobbySports. Place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code BobbySports. Please use it. 21 and up, most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text the Tennessee Red Line 800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Quickly, my eliminator that I'm in, 2 teams a week, it started with 900 teams.
Oh, my gosh.
You could buy more than one team, but it was an entry fee. It wasn't cheap. Started with 900. You pick 2. Both have to win to move on. There are 36 left.
Jeez.
I'm one of them.
Yes.
I'm one of them. And it's 6 figures to win if you win it.
Oh, my
Holy
goodness.
cow.
Merry Christmas.
But these teams are all going away because you use a good team, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's nut cutting time.
Have you made your choice for this week?
I have pretty much because 49ers and Seahawks, I've already used the 49ers, and I'm not going to pick the Seahawks to beat the 49ers. Okay? Colts and Vikings, I have not used the Vikings.
Gosh.
So I'm picking the Vikings over
Yeah,
the Colts.
this would be a good week to do that.
I like that.
Ravens and Browns, ain't touching that one unless I have to.
Yeah.
You got quarterback issues in one. You got Deshaun Watson being crappy on the other. Dolphins and Bills, I've already used the Bills, so I wouldn't use the Dolphins over the Bills unless they were just the only team left. Patriots and Raiders, haven't used either one, but I can't touch that game. It's too close for me to pick it as one of my for sures. Falcons and Saints, are you kidding?
Oof.
I'll just quit before I pick one of those.
Yeah, it's gross.
Lions and Jets, 2 similar teams. Unless I was forced to, I can't pick that game.
And I think you can hold on to the Lions for a couple more weeks.
Yep.
But I'm just picking
I
a
get
winner.
it. I
At
get
this
it.
point, I'm not strategizing ahead. I'm just trying to survive.
Yeah, week by week.
Cowboys and Jaguars, already used the Cowboys. Will not use the Jaguars against the Cowboys.
You would not do that.
Chiefs and Texans, already used the Chiefs last week.
And you're not picking the Texans.
No. Cardinals and Broncos, no chance. Don't know anything about that game because who knows? If one quarterback out with a shredded leg, the other quarterback's brain's messed up, he may play, may not play. I don't know.
Is that a recent development, or has that been going on for a while? The brain mess up thing.
He got a
with Russ?
concussion, Russell, last week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean has it?
Are you talking about the whole
Different-
year?
I'm talking about the whole year. It's kind of been a thing.
Titans and Chargers, too close to call.
Yeah.
Bengals and Bucks, already used the Bengals. Not picking the Bucks.
And don't pick the Bucks.
Giants and Commanders, not picking that game.
No.
So
They tied last time.
the 2 games are the Panthers and Steelers. I'm very pro Panther podcast, which I don't really want to do because they still might suck.
Yeah.
But I actually have the Eagles left,
Ooh.
and it's the Eagles and Bears.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
So I've got the Eagles and I've got the Vikings. And if they win, oh my God, I'm getting close. I need them to win. We'll talk next week and see who's left. If they win, there can't be more than like 15 or 20 people left.
Yeah.
Because all these teams are being gone. The people are
Yeah.
It's
Let's
crazy.
go. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you. We'll see what happens. Let's go now to our in thoughts. Everybody around the room, share with me your final thought before we get out of here. Eddie.
Have you touched my ball yet?
Mm-mm.
I got a question. So the ball that Matt Overton gave me at the Cowboys game, it's an actual, it says week 4 on it, so I'm assuming it was issued to the league probably week 4, maybe played in a game. But this
No, maybe
ball,
he thinks it's a game ball. It's not a game ball.
I think it was played in some game. But so you haven't touched my ball? Here, catch this. Oh, Bones. Bones. Did that
It
hit
hit
your
the
face?
microphone.
Did that hit your face?
Yes.
Dang, sorry about that.
It went.
money
It hit
in
the
it.
microphone that hit me in the eye.
Pass interference microphone.
I still caught it though. I focused.
Yeah, you did.
I was wide receiver in high school.
How
baby.
hard is that ball?
It's way too hard and way too slick.
So this is
a
Kevin's
kicking ball.
This is Kevin's theory. So are there differences between kicking ball
Yeah.
and quarterback ball?
Yeah, and how they're rubbed and the grips in certain places.
Because that's slick and hard.
It's a kicking ball.
The K on it.
All
I
right.
told you it was a kicking
It's a
ball.
K.
I'm
on
just
it.
double checking because I have not confirmed.
There is
so
a K on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that can be Kelvin.
And then there's a person doing a kicking motion, and it says use only for this.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think it's a kicking
There's
ball.
Okay,
instructions on
good.
it.
Because I was about to bust Deflate
But
Gate
that's
right
why
here.
Overton had it, because they were practicing with the balls like they use in the games.
That makes sense.
I want to keep it for now.
No,
Kev,
no, 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 no.
I'm just gonna keep it for now.
Okay.
Pop
Yeah.
it.
I went to the dentist the other day and I found out a little something that I never knew. They were going through cleaning and the girl goes, "Oh, wait, what the heck?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You have something I've never seen before.
Beautiful eye.
I have a tooth that grew in backwards."
Oh, you do?
Bro, that's
Yeah,
wild.
It's totally backwards. She's like, "I have never seen this before."
Wow. She's calling her friends. Look at this, guys. Oh my
She
God.
called her doctor in and she's like, "What is this?" And they're like, "No, it looks good. You're fine, but I've just never seen this.
Kind of want to see it now.
Yeah.
Come check it out.
I want to touch it.
You can do it."
Adam.
The end of the year is a great time to sit around and be grateful. And boys, I'm glad to be here. You could have asked anybody in this entire town to come in here and talk sports and nonsense. And you guys do this for a living, and this is awesome. But thanks for letting me be a part of the 25 Whistles. It's been a lot of fun for me.
32 whistles.
32 Whistles.
Changing the name every time.
My final thought is it's coming to the end of fantasy football. I only like playing one league because I don't like to root against my own players because I'm playing them at the same time that I'm playing them in my own. Like, it's just weird. Like if I have Mahomes and I'm playing against Mahomes in another league,
Yeah,
it
it's hard.
stresses me out.
Yeah.
Talked about this before. So I tried to draft similar teams for the most part. Didn't always. Got a couple things off. So in the league that me, Adam, Mike D, Eddie play in, we'll get you in next time, Kelvin. You and Reed.
Yeah.
I know a couple people would get rid of.
I'm the number 1 seed and I have a bye this week, so I'm very excited about that because I think I'm like 11-3 or something, or no, 12-2 or something. I don't know. It's great year for me.
You're buying. You're on a buy.
Yeah, I'm on a bye. In
You're
my
killing
other
it.
league that I'm in, which I never planned to, but I jumped in this one because I didn't think ours was getting together. I am the overall points leader, number 2, and have a bye there too. So I don't get to do any fantasy football. And where I was like, yes, 2 buys. Now I'm like, what the? I don't get to.
Dude, take it easy.
I want them to not play. I want to call the league and be like, hey, can we set these guys out this week?
Champagne problems.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
Take a load off.
But it's like I don't have the excitement for fantasy this
Yeah.
week. I'd rather feel like this. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of a downer. So we're just gonna root for 2 teams this week: the Vikings and the Eagles and the Panthers. Because we're a pro Panther podcast.
Okay.
That's it. You guys have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for listening, and that's all. Go ahead, Adam.
My pleasure.
See you next time, everybody.